Oh boy, what's Lester doing? Okay, this is it. I just got nervous about carrying a treat bag into the longhorn pasture. I don't know what kind of mindset those babies and mamas are in right now. And by babies and mamas, I mostly mean Jolene. I do not want to get in the way of Jolene. Well, hey y'all, happy Sunday. It is a beautiful Texas afternoon, and I have found myself with a smidge of time because Lester Eugene Morrow Jr. is live as usual. And I have been here now 4 or 5 times and still haven't seen Grandpa and company. There's a train. Pausing. Okay. I haven't seen Grandpa, Daisy, and Duke any of those times, and it kind of has me a little bit worried. Now, I'm not gonna like full on creep and walk over into their pasture, but I thought maybe we could take a walk down our pasture and see if we see anyone. My problem is I'm wearing this, and I am fearful of what lurks in our pasture. So I'm gonna go in the RV, see if I have any other shoes here. I know my boots are not here right now, but anyway, let me do a switcheroo here first, and let's go see if we can find my friends. Well, I've officially converted to Sporty Spice. Yeah, little black dress and tennis shoes. I feel like I'm going big city working today. If you know what I mean, I'm talking about women who wear their normal business, casual, or business attire clothes, but have to wear shoes they can actually get around in, like tennis shoes and things like that, because let's face it, pretty shoes aren't necessarily functional shoes. So yeah, I am city girl ready, that's for sure. I want to, oh boy, what's Lester doing? This was not supposed to be a peep-hat video, but when we pulled up, I did see 2 cows up here. Let's go see them. So there are three of his cows up here. There's one in the little woods there, and then there's one right here. When we first bought this property, there were like 30 to 40 cows up here, and we haven't seen more than 3 in a very long time. Also have not seen the 3 horses, and I don't know where they could be. Lester says they're still here and he sees them all the time, so I'm gonna grab those treats that we saw sitting in the RV and take a few with me. I'm not gonna take the bag because I'm not gonna put a target on my back with Jolene in that pasture. I know. Normally this is why women live longer, but hopefully Lester's gonna take the side-by-side for a ride, and that would take the target off of my back completely. It feels like what he might be doing. I just want this to be noted that Lester Morrow left the gate open. Close that up. Oh boy. We are pee-patting. I think he just found the water leak. My name's Jamie Walker, and if I walk through a gate, I lock it and then I document it so I can never be blamed, just for the record. It's a really weird feeling to be here without my horses, and it's just because when we moved them, I guess I always envisioned that they would be here. Don't you make eyes at me. And that I would build them an official barn and that this would become their place too. But I will tell you that having them back at Longhorn Lester's, they're so happy. They're so happy to have that pond to swim in. They're so happy to have their paths. They love to see Grandma Pat and Mr. David. And they have their routine of getting in and out of their barn and of coming up to the fences and when they get their drinks and where they get their drinks. And like, while it's not nearly as much land, they really are happy. So Now we just have to focus on some of the winterization of that property and their barn. And that'll come. It absolutely will. For now, let me show you this. So while there are pecans on this tree, it's not as healthy as I kind of anticipated it to be. I thought last year was probably a light year because of the drought, and maybe it just is really trying to recover, but there's pecans on here, but not a lot. And it could just be that it's an older tree. This is the only pecan tree up on this hill. The rest of them are out on that hill, and hopefully we'll take a long enough walk to go check those out too. But I look forward to this harvest this fall. Here's something that concerns me. This is the only water source in their pasture. And I had been filling up a water trough for them, but stopped because it started to get green and never be drank. And that was in the summertime when we were having lots of rain. But looking out at their pond right now, it's pretty sludgy and doesn't have a lot of access to it. So I will start refilling their water trough that we have out for them and make sure that that's accessible to them. I know that it's not my job, but I can't stand the thought of an animal not being able to access what they want or need. And horses and donkeys, even though there's no donkeys left over here, are very specific on needing fresh water. So as this continues to decline due to we haven't had any rain in like 6 weeks, I want to be a good neighbor. So I will get that filled up before I leave as well. Still no sign of them though. And we're still in the clear over here as far as anybody coming to check out what I'm doing. Very nervous about who's gonna ninja up on me. It's coming up on our 1-year anniversary here in the next month of acquiring this property. And it's kind of interesting to think about the changes that we've made and the changes that some of Mother Nature has even made since we've been here. But it's turned out to be a really huge blessing. I do have great fears about the next year, looking at the Farmer's Almanac and thinking about the potential of drought and no rain, and know that this year we had plenty of it to be able to provide lush green pastures all summer long. But what will happen to this landscape if we don't? I know you're all gonna say, like, Jamie, you're a worrywart. Can't you just take your blessings as they come? I do. My brain never stops. I see no horses whatsoever out here. I hope that they didn't sell them or something like that, or nothing happened to them. Kind of sad to think about. I assume if there's only 3 horses and 3 cows in this pasture now, that there's been plenty of nutrition considering the rain this year too, but no, I worry about them, you know? Very interesting. I'm walking down a cow path. I didn't intend to be following the Longhorn Trail, but here I am. It's good to get a little exercise, a little sunshine on my body today. Y'all probably take this drive with Lester more often and know the terrain more than me. I like to walk it though. I like to get some blood flowing. We just ate lunch. We went and had some Mexican, and it's called the Viva La Vida at that restaurant. And what it is a mixed grill fajitas, but they put bacon in that one. So it adds a lovely flavor. As if you like bacon, then you know what flavor it can add to pretty much anything. But they also put mushrooms and carrots in it, so the flavors are just fabulous. I don't really eat the tortillas, but I just eat that plate, and it comes out on a cast iron little skillet that is still simmering. It's quite delicious. Safety check, still good over here, but no horses. It's really weird, y'all. I don't know. Maybe this side of the property has too many weeds or something, or maybe there's a barrier that Mother Nature created in their pasture that just doesn't allow them to come up this way as often anymore. Maybe, I know there's a creek that runs through there, but it is really weird to me. And I've been here every weekend, both days, and a couple of times during the week. And I've not seen them. That hurts my heart a little bit. We were such good friends. The thing is, though, is that they're survivors and survivalists. And they're going to do what they need to do to survive. It's not about me, sadly. The grass gets pretty long back here. Pretty nervous about where I'm stepping and what I'm doing. It's okay though. Got my tennis shoes on. They're not boots, but they're better than flip-flops. The grass is dry enough that it's actually a little pokey when I walk. Yeah, there are no horses anywhere to be seen as far as I can see. I really thought that I would see them if I came down here, because there's a pretty good ways that you can see across. You probably can't see as far as I can see, but there's a pretty significant passage to that tree line that I can see, or at least would see like some of their coloring. I see nothing. I wanted to. I really wanted to. I hope they're okay. All right. I know Lester has mowed back here already once. I know he's mowed the front twice. But he's gonna have to potentially knock it down one more time if he's going to plant ryegrass, because it's so thick back here that the seeds may not make it down. The birds may get them all. We are currently under a burn ban, so this pile of stuff will wait until after we get some moisture. Because right now, if that got lit on fire, this whole pasture would go up in flames, because everything is just parched. And it would take out our fence posts, and that would be a horrible, horrible thing that would just go so fast. I'm wondering where I can cross the ditch to be able to make it to the pecan trees. And if the ladies are still gonna let me without being caught. And I'll be honest, I'm still looking over here as I walk to see if we can catch a glimpse of anyone. So far, I have nothing. Now, the gentleman that has the horses told us that this is a 26-acre pasture, so it is big. That's bigger than all of Longhorn Lester's. But with different terrain and, you know, all of that, they used to frequent here so much. Especially when our horses were here too. Isn't it strange? Hold on. You know what's crazy to me? How fast you can fall in love. Yeah. 7 years ago, my closest interaction with the horse was probably through a fence as a kid, and that was it. And now, I hate to say it, but I would choose equine over any other farm animal. Only second in line, and maybe tied, would be alpacas. But as far as being able to connect with and truly love something, horses. And it happens so fast. Well, the Longhorns made a path for me here to cross, so I'm just gonna take that opportunity and follow the leader, essentially. Just wanna go check on the last few pecan trees out here, see what's growing on them, see what the fall harvest might hold. It might hold nothing. There are so many deer out here that I might not get a single pecan. That's okay. I love the beauty of seeing deer when we pull up, and the days before bottle babies where I could wake up in the morning and see them as well. Every once in a while, got to spend the night out here. Not so much anymore. I will say though, that's gonna have to come out because that is that milk thistle stuff. I've only seen 2 or 3 of them, but now I'm over here on this side of the pasture, there are many more. So we'll have to work on that. This is something interesting too. I bought this flower and put it in my flower beds at home, and here it is growing wild at the JL Ranch. Don't remember what it's called. Do know it comes in 3 different colors, and here it is. Yeah. So this pecan tree, I just stepped on a limb. I don't see any pecans on it actually, which probably indicates that it's very old and just a not productive tree anymore. It still provides shade and all is well with it, but on these shorter limbs right here, I see 0 pecans. Officially a shade tree, I believe. Wait. They have fallen already. They have fallen. That one in the hole is probably not good anymore. So instead of looking up, I should have been looking down the whole time. Is that what you're telling me right now? It is, look. They're everywhere, all over the ground. Jamie Walker, you're late to the party. You're so late, look. Oh my gosh. The whole time, Jamie Lynn. That's still in the hole, no good. We need hole-free, hull, H-U-L-L, not whole, pecans that the deer haven't gotten to yet. Those are pretty good size. Not the biggest I've ever seen, but, well, suddenly I have plans this afternoon.
Pearl's wondering what you're doing in her pasture.
She came to tell me all about it.
What can you find that she's not able to find?
Yeah, she's like, what are you doing down here? Like, there ain't no babies for you to look for. While I didn't find the 3 horses, I did find a few things to do this afternoon. We're gonna do some pecan picking. So I will also be back tomorrow to look on the ground at the tree that I only looked in the tree for. And then, hi sweetie. She's like, yeah mom, because the deer eat them all. They probably do. But these are some pretty good hardy pecans. I'm gonna fill up waters before I leave, as I mentioned, and maybe that'll bring my boys and girls back to love me a little bit more. I love you all. Thanks for taking a walk with me on Sunday. Tell them goodbye, baby. Tell them goodbye. Tell them you love them so much.